Board District 76 Board of Education meeting is now called to order. Roll call, please.
Giddens.
Here.
Kegel. Here. Catherine Reagan. Here. Val Reagan. Tyler. Here. Greiner.
Here.
Bailey.
Here. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Are there any comments from the audience on action items on the agenda? Hearing none, we'll move on. I'd like to welcome everyone here tonight. We need a motion regarding the minutes, please.
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes from the regular meeting dated October 26, 2016.
Second.
The 25th.
Yes, October 25th.
Seconded by Mr. Giddens.
Yes.
Okay. Any questions, comments about the minutes? Roll call, please.
Giddens.
Aye.
Kegel. Aye. Catherine Reagan. Aye. Tyler.
Aye.
Greiner. Aye. Bailey.
Aye, motion carried. Need a motion regarding the payments list, please.
Make the motion to approve the payments list dated November 7th, 2016.
Second.
Okay, you will notice on your table there is a payments list of 3 more checks that we are going to add to that. So could we also include the date of 11/14 in the motion? Ms. Reagan?
Oh, yeah, and I amend my motion to include November 14th, 2016.
Thank you. Any questions on the payments list?
There's one really big check on there for $204,959. That's our interest, bond and interest payment. So,
That was a hard one for me to sign. Caught my attention.
that's a big one.
Wow. Okay, you will also notice there is a check to the staff, a staff member, which is for schooling. That was done this summer. So that is a summer repayment. Any other questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Giddens.
Aye.
Kegel. Aye. Catherine Reagan.
Aye.
Tyler.
Aye.
Greiner. Aye. Bailey.
Aye, motion carried. Need a motion regarding the treasurer's report.
I make the motion to approve the treasurer's reports dated August 31st, 2016 and September 30th, 2016.
Second.
Any questions? Comments? These are late because of the transfer that we had to do. Catching up. Roll call, please.
Giddens.
Aye.
Kegel.
Aye.
Catherine Reagan.
Aye.
Tyler.
Aye.
Greiner. Aye. Bailey.
Motion carried. And we need a motion regarding administrative procedures. Mr. Giddens?
Before I make the motion, I want to draw something to your attention real quick. Some of these APs we already approved back in June, I believe it was June 14th. And just so you can strike them, it's starting with 7:190 and all the way through. All this AP2s, AP3, 4, 7, 8. And also, we had tabled 7:305. So when I go through my list, I'll be leaving those all.
Okay,
All right?
go ahead.
Okay, we'll make the motion to approve administrative procedures 2:150-AP, superintendent committees, 4:120-AP, food service, competitive food exemptions, 4:170-AP1, comprehensive safety and security plan, 5:100-AP, staff development programs, 5:120-AP1, statement of economic interest for employees, 5:185-AP, resource guide for family and medical leave, 7:50-AP, school admissions and student transfers to and from non-district schools, 7:290-AP, Adolescent Resource Guide for Implementation of Suicide and Crisis Intervention, Depression, Awareness, and Prevention Program. 7:340-AP1, School Student Records. 7:150, Agency and Police Interviews.
Second.
It was 4.190 already approved. In the
See,
middle of those 700s.
oh, is that a 4? It says 4, but isn't that 7190? Or is that a typo?
So
Let me double check.
On the sheet, it's 7190.
okay. So we've already done that one.
Yes,
Okay.
so we're good.
June 14th issue.
So it's part of that.
We grabbed it because the school started.
Right, that one policy. Okay, do we have questions or comments? The only thing I highlighted was 2.150. We've got to make sure that we make all these committees. That is mandatory. So that's up to the whole board. I don't want to change anything, but you've got to make sure they're formed and do what they're supposed to do.
And
I guess that's one thing. 2150 also includes that concussion oversight
It
team.
does.
So if we adopt it, then
We're going to have to do it.
right, but I think we need to get a group together and some coaches and
Mhm.
get our best input on it, fill in some blanks.
Okay, let's work on that. Try to get it formed.
And we have a few that we need to work on before the end of the year.
Right, okay,
Expenses, we have to pass a resolution.
yes. Yes.
So this one that says 420-190 -324.
Sheet 7.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just,
And those have already been done.
And the one we need to work on is 2.150.
and if you look in the APs, the AP 7:290-AP, it's in the blue section. Halfway down the page, it talks about, it's on the Resource Guide for Implementation of Suicide and Depression Awareness and Prevention Program. Halfway in the middle of the page, it talks about preventing suicide toolkit. You'll see it says for the high school, but I want to leave it in the AP, because it's still a good toolkit for the middle schools.
I don't have a problem with that.
Even though it says high school, so.
Okay, anybody else have anything? Okay, roll call, please.
Giddens.
Aye.
Kegel. Catherine Reagan. Tyler. Reiner.
Aye.
Bailey.
Motion carried. Need a motion regarding the exhibits.
Okay, I'd like to do this again one more time.
Yeah.
Again, you flip on our sheet here. Let's see, 6:300-E2. That's for high school only. It's graduation requirements for high school. So if you have that in your manual, you delete that. Then starting again, 7:190-E1. All the 7:190s we've already approved. And if you go to 7:200s, we've approved those. E1, E2, and but we have, that'll leave the last two on that list, on that page. But the others we already have voted on and approved back in June.
So we haven't done 7210.
No, not 210, or 240. We have not. We'll vote on those tonight.
Okay.
6:30, I'm sorry, 6:300-E2 through 7:200-E2.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Okay. I'll make the motion to approve following exhibits. 2:220-E2, motion to adjourn to a closed meeting. 2:50-E2, or excuse me, 2:250-E2, immediately available district public records and web posted reports and records. 6:15-E, resolution declining request to accept non-resident choice students. 7:140-E, letter to parents/guardians regarding their rights to privacy in school setting act. 7:300-E1, agreement to participate. 7:340-AP1-E1, notice to parents/guardians and students of their rights concerning the student school records. 7:210-E1, notice of an expulsion hearing. And 7:240-AP2-E1, consent to participate in extracurricular drug and alcohol testing program.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any questions, comments about any of those?
Second. Yeah, we deleted 6300, 7190. Oh, never mind, that was 719, as you said, you need to table that.
Okay, you've already done that.
We've tabled that one back, or I think we approved it, but we have a lot of blank spots to fill out. That's where we need to enter into a memorandum of understanding with the village. So, and we gotta work with the village and get this all completed.
Any other comments, questions? Roll call, please.
Giddens,
Aye.
Hagel. Catherine Reagan.
Aye.
Tyler.
Aye.
Reiner.
Aye. Bailey.
Aye, motion carried. Written communication. Reminders of upcoming events. It's going to go right along with presentations and suggestions, so. Okay, the Central Illinois Valley Division Governing Committee meeting is December 8th at 6 o'clock. Metamora Field Golf Club, the cost is $36. Is there anyone that would like to attend? It's kind of a busy time of the year.
I think I would like to attend that.
Okay, then you can get with your secretary and she'll take care of that for you. Okay, I'm going to remind everyone again about school board petitions and the election.
The one thing about that 8th night is that is the night of our 3rd and 4th grade music concert. So
Oh.
I might think about that. Because I want to see the music too. So.
Yeah.
Busy night.
I would like to take a minute and personally thank Mrs. Radovich because it came to my attention that she collected, or she got a hold of, all of the General Mills coupon or points, I guess, whatever, they're little box tops. Box tops, and she mailed them in so that.
Mr. McCormick mailed
Okay,
them in.
Mr. McCormick, thank you for that.
Joint effort there.
So that the district did not lose the money from the Parents Club. So we really appreciate that. Without being told, they both did it. All right, conference packet. No one ever reads what I give them, but most of this came from Mr. Whiston. So, if you will get that out, your badges are in it, and you do need to read it, the one I gave you, I've already lost it. Because things have changed, and I want to call it to your attention. Number one, the meetings are only an hour this year instead of an hour and a half. I don't know if you caught it or not online, but they took that down. The parking is the big issue. On the website, you can valet park at $63 a night to valet park. I think the district gives us $59, so you can pay the difference. But on the website, it lists Ogden parking, which is a block away. So I called the embassy today and said, what happened to the parking lot that is adjacent to the embassy? That's where we always parked before. The lady that worked there didn't seem to know what happened, but she transferred me to somebody else that happened to live in Chicago, and she said it's still there. So she said, I would try that first. If it is full, then you might want to go to the Ogden. But from what we can tell, we took our little Google man and walked him around. You're gonna go underground and park, but it's still about a block away. That's only $37 a night.
It's between the embassy and the Sheraton, and that
Yes.
block.
Yes,
Underneath.
yes, Randy.
Yeah, I think it's underground, it's right across the street is a Sheraton. So
Right.
it's a couple of blocks away.
I'm thinking 2 blocks too. Their
Yeah.
website said 1,
I
but,
sent an email in to get the height restriction, because all I have is a full-size van.
oh,
And if you're able to get in there, because that's for all those hotels in there, it's public
Right.
parking. I believe embassy says they'll validate it,
mm-hmm.
make sure you validate your thing
Yeah, I did say that, but I still think
at
they
that
charge
one,
us.
but you'll have to go down to the lower level, underneath the street we're used to walking on.
Uh-huh.
But your Google thing will lose you.
Oh,
Yeah, you're gonna lose GPS.
Fully aware of that.
Yeah,
But,
Savannah found that out
yeah, I used
the hard
Google.
way.
I went online and looked and got the visual and said, okay, but I can't see nothing that tells me the heights. I've already sent them an email asking for the heights.
Okay, there is a parking lot across the street that is open, right? Still there?
It is there, but it looked like you needed a card to get in.
Okay.
But there's a
Parked there
public
long
park,
time
I've
ago.
seen another public parking that's much closer than the place I had to go last year.
Okay, didn't know you had that problem. I
With
do
height?
remember that years ago, yes, the height of the
Yep.
vans.
Yeah, I can watch height.
So anyway, your check should be in your packet. Mr. Liston has put all kinds of things together, so when you get to the hospitality rooms, refer to his, because I didn't have all that to put it in. I put them in order and stuff, but he attached more, so. Right hand didn't know what the left hand was doing at that point, so. All right, that's all I have for that.
Did I talk a little?
Yes, absolutely.
Check-in's 4 o'clock on Friday. I think they let you in a little early, but don't quote me on that. 4 o'clock check-in, 11 o'clock check-out on Sunday. One thing you want to watch, I don't know, I haven't been to the embassy in a few years, but last year in Sheridan, we had a couple board members, you know, they put snacks out in front of you, like a little bit of Pringles, about that big of a bottle of Pringles. We had a board member eat that last year, $9 worth of Pringles. She had one soda, $9 for the soda. So if they give you refreshments in the room, if you want to pay $9 for a 12-ounce soda, fine. If you want to pay $9 for a little thing of about a third of a thing of
There's a
Pringles.
Walgreens on every corner.
So
There is a Walgreens
just be aware.
Right across the street's a great big store.
I did put, I don't have a lot of people listed, but I did put First Mid-State. I think they usually do a pretty good hospitality room. CTS is the people that have been here twice. They were here on Veterans Day. They toured through schools, looked at it. They're probably gonna come back later in the year and give us a report, you know, about your boilers, about your lights, how energy efficient we are. And they have invited us, so I thought it'd be nice if we would go see them.
It doesn't hurt to make a presentation, you know, you don't have to stay, just your presence
Right.
known.
Triggs' group, you know, Saturday night, they've got 4:30, 6:30. I did put a thing, I was gonna just buy pizza, talk to Bachler and some other people. They said, hey, by the time Saturday night gets there, people are tired. We can either, Robert's Pizza is about a block and a half away, we can go there. The only bad thing is there's only 50 seats there. So he said, you got 10, 12 people, you know, I think we're probably better off if I just go pick up some pizza, bring it back to the hotel. It might be even more relaxing there. That's something we can talk about. I said Robert's Pizza. I actually asked the hotel, where's the best pizza? And of course, they said Robert's. I see Bachler, Dan Bachler goes, oh, there's a Domino's right across the street. So I don't know.
That's done.
Um,
I don't think so.
There's not.
I don't think so, I think it's closed.
I think it goes, we told you Domino's, and I'm sure Robert's is a little more expensive. It looks, they've got some really unique pizza.
There's a really good pizza place right across the street from the Nestle's, from the Hershey's
Oh.
chocolate.
I did give this is your biggest handout. Now, the thing is, you're gonna get a blue booklet that has most of this stuff in it, a little blue booklet, so you can look at this before you go up. Once you get there, get your blue booklet. I did give your confirmation numbers to you.
So did I, so they have 2 of them.
You know, I know when I was, other places I've been, they always said, we don't wanna give our credit card out, you know, but they ask if you give your credit card in case you buy some Pringles or some chips, or you if you, for instance, if you damage your room, if you had some kids in the room and they damaged the room, they would be charging you for that. They would charge you for, you know, movies. If you're there late and you're bored, a late night movie at night, you know, they charge you for movies. So kids, you might, if you have the kids along, warn them about that. Tells all about the hotel. Poplar and Steve are gonna be sharing Brenda's room, so they're looking forward to that. I think Steve's coming
I
up.
won't be there though. I'm not gonna be there in my room. I just wanna
Thanks,
make that clear.
Thanks, Rick.
Brent's having a party.
Party in my sleep, party in my
That never came
That
out,
was
right?
funny.
Sharing the room for 2 minutes. You might want to tell your husband about that.
All right, so we got fun night tonight.
That's all I've got.
Get a rumor started here.
Right.
I will say, I'm going up on Amtrak, gonna get it in Bloomington. I won't have to worry about paying for garages for to park the car. I won't have to worry about mileage. So I think that's gonna be, you know, hopefully a little, I've never done it before. So we'll be
Savings
safe.
for the district.
And I think when I get there, well, we'll see. I might, Union Station, walk to Embassy, I might try, but I might not.
Savannah, please note, I gave you addresses of both garages, okay? Actual addresses. So if you put them in, and as long as you don't go underground,
But that was my problem.
I know sometimes the tall buildings, but anyway, so look for this paper, carry this in your purse. Okay?
There are 2 Embassy suites in downtown Chicago, so I was asking, I had no reservations at one of the embassies. Said, you know, I thought we had these reservations made. I was at the wrong embassy. So there is 2. We're the one down from the Sheraton, which is a block down from the Sheraton. So looks like it's going to be a great hotel. Free breakfast, continental breakfast. That's really nice. Looking forward to it. Rooms are nice. I think the suites are nice. So
Gives you a little bit more room.
very nice.
There's the parade Saturday. The
Yeah,
parade
the
Saturday
parade.
night.
Yes, starts at 5:30, I think, so. Either be on whichever side you want to be on for a couple hours, because you can't get through. All right, anybody have anything else?
I do.
Okay. Yeah.
I'd like to thank Miss Millicent and her classroom for inviting us for Thanksgiving dinner. It was wonderful. It's a great PR thing that she does, and the kids did a great job.
What else you got?
Let's see. Mr. McCormick emailed me with an example of the lunch survey that he's working on, and seems to have all the information we're gonna need, so
Oh, great.
let him proceed with that. I guess that's it, except for the parent pay.
And that's next if no one, does anybody have anything else? Okay. We need to discuss the reorganization of parent club. I don't have any more information than I had the last time. I really haven't talked to the attorney about this. There's been other things I've talked to him about, but not this. And I'm not sure that we need his opinion as far as starting 2 or 1, a new one. So, give me some opinions of board members. How do you think we should proceed with this?
All right. Okay. I think we should have a meeting, solicit some help to start 2 separate parent clubs, one for each school. Allow them to use the school FEIN number so that our auditors can look over the books and kind of keep that in line. I think an all-call plus some personal phone calls from our administrators would get this rolling a little bit better. Maybe count on some parents that were in it years ago that still have children, grandchildren in our district, so they know how it was run years ago. That's my 2 cents.
I'd like to add send notes home with the kids too.
I think if you're going to have like it started over again, there needs to be an agenda outline set up.
Oh.
So for a meeting, like how to actually
Run
and so then they need to follow the bylaws and
That's a good idea.
run similar to what the board does.
Okay, would any of the board members be interested in coming to this meeting? Not to tell them what to do, but to help them
Yeah, depending on what it is.
out. Yeah, exactly. We need to do it as soon as possible. Having said that, we're right here at holiday time, so I think it's gonna have to wait till after Thanksgiving if you want any parents to come at all. So maybe get with the administrators and see, you know, there's so much going on at Parkview. If we've got a free day the first week of December, maybe?
We need a free night.
Free
So-
night, I'm sorry,
Right.
free
For
evening,
parents,
yeah. And plenty of notice. We can't call them at 6 o'clock and say, hey, the meeting's at 6:30. We gotta give them a couple days
We could do a couple of one-calls a few days early,
to, yeah.
and then a reminder the night of.
Now, they've always had them on Wednesday nights, is that a good, you know, I know they had one scheduled for the 14th of December. Is that too far away, do we want to do it before then? We have the 7th of December,
Is that open?
it looks like it's pretty open, I don't know.
I think I might do the 7th for an informational type meeting, and then whoever's interested maybe on the 14th can, because you're gonna have elections again, you're gonna have to adopt bylaws again.
They gonna be moving that fast, you think?
Well, I don't know,
Mhm.
but if you had a first initial meeting to explain what's needed, what the expectations are,
And see who's interested.
yeah, and then you're gonna have to follow up and let them take it from there.
What's
Let
the,
them set up their,
what's the
The
date of November? Is there any-
one tool that might be helpful to them,
Is there any?
Pizza Ranch.
Since there is a gap.
Fifth and eighth graders doing that.
Okay.
At
So you're gonna
Parkview.
set up 2 meetings, one at one school, one at the other school?
I think the initial meeting needs to be everybody at one, and then they may want just one parent club. And I don't know that we can dictate, we can ask. We can ask and we can suggest, but, you know.
I shook my head no, because I was asked right after the election, so we're gonna get 2 parents club, and I go, that's up to the parents, I am all
It
for
is.
it. But sitting on the board, I don't wanna run it,
Right.
I don't wanna be
Right.
responsible for running it. If we can get enough parents in and they will run it and follow all the rules in that. Another helpful aid is, they don't have to join the PTO,
No.
but they could. And the current parent club would have been very beneficial if, because they were running the whole district, if they would have joined the PTA and they wouldn't have
How much does that cost, Randy, do you know?
had, I almost think it might be $300 or something. You can look at the lowest entry level. Now you can get insurance and everything else for like $600. You know, there's other things. But at least look in there and see what they need for documentation and why they need to maintain it, how long. But they can also turn to them for advice, because y'all been on the Parents Club, I've only been a volunteer.
So there's a say that again, there's a PTA?
PTA.
There's a PTAs and then there's a PTO, which is a lot less costly.
Mhm.
That's an actual organization?
National.
Yeah.
National, yeah,
Oh.
and they will help you with a lot of issues.
PTA or PTO, both.
Both will, but one's
The different
expensive.
ones cost more.
PTA is more expensive.
Okay,
Yeah, because that's actual closed, they got their own things. PTO is like for little groups that doesn't want to join a PTA, which is
And
much more
actually, you
costly.
can share an FEIN number with that group too, but
Say again?
you can share it, they have a shared FEIN number for some of those groups through the PTO.
Okay.
But I
And
don't
the-
know that we would want to go there.
Just so you know, in the next packet we're doing, and I wasn't, because of everything that I've seen what's happened these last few months, it's gonna be a policy, one of the recommendations, not required, but recommending that our parents' clubs become 501(c)(3)s. But I don't,
If they go under our
That
FEIN
was-
number, I don't believe they have to.
they don't have to under our FE, right, but if they go out on their own, they have to.
Yes. if
I
they-
think for the time being, we need to haul it back in.
Get it organized.
Haul it back in, I mean, since this has all occurred, haul it back in, get this thing tackled, maybe even for the next year or
Maybe.
so, and
If they want to do it on their own, then
You know,
it could be discussed at that point.
yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I don't want the board to run it, that's the reason why I've always said, I've showed up to their meetings, I never vote.
Right. Okay, Mr. Whiston said that November 30th is clear.
November 29th, 30th is pizza night,
Oh, that's
pizza
right.
ranch.
Okay, that would be a Tuesday night, 29th. We don't have a meeting. If there's no programs or anything, it doesn't have to be a Wednesday, does it?
No.
And this would get it going a little bit faster. I know it's only a week, but
Be 2 weeks from tonight.
Because I'm
we're running
assuming,
close to
I'm
Christmas.
assuming you're trying to bring back in, the big fundraiser for them is chili night.
And I've talked to Mrs. Radovich about this, and the teachers are not gonna let it go. Even if we don't have a parent club, principal and the teachers are gonna kick in and keep this as an annual thing. And if we have a parent club, I'm sure they'll work with them, so.
Well,
That's
the teachers always helped
It is.
anyway, along
They
with
did.
the 5 or 6 people that came to volunteer from
Right.
the parents, so.
so.
And we have that night scheduled right now for February 17th, which is a Friday night.
So Ms. Bailey, who is sending out these letters to the parents?
That'll have to come from the administration.
So do you want the building principals to do
I'm
that?
sorry?
The building principals to do that for each building, or one letter? to the
We need
district?
one letter, I would
Okay.
think, for both schools.
Okay,
So that's probably this office
okay.
for the initial meeting, inviting them.
Can I,
Go ahead.
maybe I should sit over there.
Actually, an all-call is
Because
basically.
I'm going to be truthful, unless you let some people in this community, the parents in this community know, because not all parents know that the Parents Club is done.
Me
Because I
too.
got a call the other day about the fundraiser that they just had at LaSalle. Parent wanted to know when they were going to get their reward party, slushies, whatever. And I just casually mentioned, well, since there's not a parents club, kind of like the box tops, I wasn't sure.
Right,
And she goes, well, what do you mean there's not a parents club? So some people,
okay.
so once I said, well, it's been dissolved, they showed interest in coming if we ever had another parents club. So I think we need to let these people know that they're not coming to join.
Right.
Correct.
Okay, so we'll have to be careful with the letter. Maybe we can
Yeah.
all work on it. But the parent club really wasn't dissolved, it was just suspended.
Okay, suspended,
Suspended, they're
whatever.
just-
They just
No,
did
it's
not
different.
want to get into the,
Okay,
I was getting ready to ask, did they dissolve?
no.
I don't think they had a meeting this month.
Not that
They
I've
didn't-
heard anything about it.
Didn't show up the night it was scheduled, I don't know if the end went. Nobody showed up.
So, they're waiting for me to get back with them, and I haven't contacted the attorney yet.
But aren't they still working on all the stuff that they still have to get done, even if they wanted to
I believe
dissolve?
so.
So they're not dissolved. Dissolved and suspended is two very different
Right.
things. Dissolved means
Only
they're not
suspended.
coming back. Suspended means,
so maybe in the letter we can say we're creating a new parent
Yes,
club.
yes,
or
I
something,
think
so
we
they
need
know
to
that
work
this
on
is
the
looking-
letter.
Wasn't
Right.
it- Wasn't that
Fresh.
discussed,
Uh-huh.
creating 2, one for each
It
building?
was, but like we just said, I don't think we can dictate to them. We want to, we can give them our opinions. We would really like to see two, because I think it's better for the kids.
but
I
if you
think
have
you get more
volunteers for only
pressure all
one, then that's,
Yeah, I think it depends on how many parents we have come.
Right.
Or community members.
and want to take on.
The responsibilities, yeah.
And like you're
Once we get the
mentioning,
word
it's
out.
not gonna be as much as the other, because these clubs will be operating under the school FEIN. That'll be the difference. The current club is their own business.
And I think that's where some of that kind of fell apart. In my opinion, the building principals should be in charge of their parents and help them as far as
Yes.
their finances. I mean, we don't have parents that want to come in and be bookkeepers. See what I'm saying? They don't want to be bookkeepers.
One of the parents even said that she thought it would be more beneficial to have 2 clubs because of, depending on where her child is, she's more vested in that school.
Right. I think we've all heard that from
I mean,
the
the parent, in the
community.
parent club
Right.
now.
Right.
And I like the idea of the 29th, because if we don't get a good response then, you could have another one on the side.
Right. Okay, so let's set that up for the 29th then.
What time?
6 o'clock. isn't it?
But whatever you do, if you send out letters, I think the best thing along with the letters is to do the all-call.
Oh, absolutely.
Because the all-call gets more attention than having a letter.
No, but some parents don't necessarily answer that all call, so I wanted to cover it with both.
Yes, I
Or
agree.
have a phone.
Yeah.
But I think Mr. Giddens is right too, you do 2 all-calls. You
Yes.
do one a week ahead of time so that they can schedule that
Right.
night, and then a
And a
reminder
the
a
day
day,
before.
Right.
day or 2 before.
So, okay, we'll get together and write it first, Stephanie.
Now, as far as, I said, board don't dictate, one thing, I don't want this meeting to turn on what's going on with the current club. They are working on a bunch of their own issues internally. They're just, right now, that's what they're working on, that's where their priorities need to be. We need someone in the meantime to look out for the children in the district. And it's up to them if they get organized and how long they stay organized. It's up to them. I don't want to sit here and vote and pick and choose, I don't want to do that.
Well, it'll be the tone of whoever leads that meeting is how that meeting is going to go.
We just gotta keep them off of, I don't know all their answers, and I don't know what they're doing right now. When you said dissolve, I go, when did they dissolve?
No, they really didn't.
Okay,
I think they're waiting on me to get back to them.
oh, okay.
All right, do we have anything else?
No, that sounds like fun.
Okay, we'll keep you up to
On
date.
that topic or something else.
Anything?
Mr. Johnson emailed us about a student council field trip request. Do you need to take a consensus on that tonight, or?
What is it?
I don't remember the date, it's to ICC for a leadership conference.
I know, it's December, I can't remember.
Oh,
That's student council, that's student
Yes.
council.
okay, is that okay with you, Mr. Whiston?
You can look up the date, I have it in my email.
Go ahead.
We're talking almost 30 students?
And I did ask him before the meeting, they will be held to eligibility like any other group.
You have a date on it?
I've got it in my email, hold on.
November 4th. Oh, no, out, no, sorry.
December.
That was gone. The student council update says November 4th. Okay, where's the field trip
Oh,
at?
that was the beginning of December.
I know it's December, let's go.
Field trip request.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, well,
I see January 10th.
what this says from the meeting that was held November 4th.
Right. It's on the second page. Flip another page. I think it's January 10th.
January 10th.
What day?
January 10th from 9 to 2.
I just didn't know when we needed to know.
Right. Does the board have a problem with that? Otherwise, Mr. Whiston can okay it if it's okay with everybody else.
Day of the board meeting.
Okay, it's on you.
And I would like to say I'm impressed with reading the student council minutes. They are doing an awesome job, they're doing things in the community, they're sending out thank you notes for help that they're getting, it's good to see.
And I appreciate that they stepped up for the pizza ranch.
Yeah, they did a
Really?
good job.
And Mr. Whiston just said they're going to do the next one, the 5th and the 8th graders.
And that's
That's
very
great.
hard, this is not
November
going to
30th.
go out with them.
The 30th? Yeah.
I'm still fundraising the kids enjoy it. They like that picture print.
Yeah, and thanks for sending out those thank you cards. You guys are fine.
Okay. Anything else? Anybody? Okay. Reports from the administration. Mr. Whiston, you have a tax levy.
Tax levy. Compared to last year, I know Shelley and I sat down and looked at it. Looks like we're gonna get about 14,000 more than last year, so, you know, we haven't really gained a lot, but we haven't lost. A lot of schools are losing money in their levy. We're going up a little bit, so that's good. Basically, Shelley looked at the deficit spending, which ones were the worst. Transportation, we increased the money on, and we can, you know, we still have time if we want to change these, but transportation went up about 20,000. We're still losing money in that. Not like we added money, it made us even. tort immunity, that was the cash flow problem we're having. We upped that about 40,000. The lease, I think we had enough for a year's lease, so we, cut down the lease about 8,000. I think we're fine there. But same amount of money, 1.5 million, looks like what we get from our local taxes. I was just looking at our budget, we're a $7 million budget. About 5, 9 of that is in the ed fund, so we have a big ed fund. I think total levy, we're asking for 1528. I think we're gonna get, they're predicting we're gonna get somewhere around 1.477. A little more than last year. So I think, I know Shelley really spent some time on this where, it's new for me because I've never been in a tax cap district. It doesn't look like you have a lot to play with. I mean, you might ask for a lot of money, but you're not gonna get it because you're capped. I know we took some recommendations from the auditors. Some of these changes we made were recommendations from the auditors. We had the auditor that we had. I think this will, we have to have it on display and we will approve this in December.
Do you know what we're using the leasing for?
Copiers.
Just the
Just
copiers
the copiers,
still?
that's it.
There's not much of it.
I always think we lease our buses, but it's the copiers.
Yeah. Okay, anybody? Questions?
What I didn't see in there, it didn't break down like in, I didn't see the thing where, and we might have to get that from Springfield, I can't remember the percentages. Because in that, we call it tax cap, but it's 5%. And they've always recommended you go to your max, you look at your funds, and you always use your 5%. So if things in Springfield freezes you, you might look good this year and you only went 2%, well, you just froze yourself.
Lots of money.
And what I heard on the radio coming home today, might be some problems brewing in Springfield. Republicans are saying they don't want to extend anymore. They're gonna reach a budget, or a budget won't be reached.
Right.
Come January, I think it's in January,
It ends in December, this budget,
Yeah.
this extension.
this extension. So then all taxing bodies gonna be scratching. And if we don't cover ourselves locally, Springfield's gonna hurt until the fight's over. I think they're ready to,
Maybe on
the
third
elections are
page.
over.
The third page, is that what you're looking for? No,
Did I
that'd be the
miss it?
third page, it's 1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh,
where it says truth in taxation, 5%,
yeah,
cap levy.
that's what I'm looking for. I didn't break these charts down.
Right,
I went back through all of those.
okay. The question's answered.
Yeah. I just gotta go home and read that section.
Okay, what else do you have, Mr. Wisdom?
I think the last thing I had was, I think we were tax capped, if someone goes back to the history books, maybe 70s, 97, 98, somewhere in that range, is when we became tax capped.
No,
Is that right?
the first one was in the 80s.
That's what I
They
thought.
just started a new, and it expired. In 2013, 2014, they started a new one in most of the
13,
village.
14?
Yes. Within the last year or two. So for 23 years, we're gonna be under that new tax cap. Now down by the 474, that might be.
You're talking two different things.
That's,
Talking
that's
TIF.
We're talking TIF, not
We're talking
tax
tax caps.
caps.
That is, Jim.
Well, it is and it isn't. This whole
I
county
think
is
this
tax
is-
capped.
Yeah.
But I thought it was
The whole
before
county.
97. Maybe it wasn't.
Oh, that's right. I know
Yeah,
what you're
you're
talking about.
confusing
Yeah.
two different things. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
But those TIF has us frozen, so
It does.
could be a great expansion in the village that don't help us, because it's for 20,
Right.
20 years now, we're blocked out from collecting any
But
new
that's
taxes.
Because
Under the TIF.
tax caps don't expire.
No.
They
No,
have
I
to
know what
be
you're,
voted on
yeah,
again.
I got them confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, tax caps,
Okay. What else do you have?
There must be some new construction out there, because if we never had any new construction, I think our EAV would be going down, so there is some construction out
there
there.
is some residential in that. So, I mean, outside of the TIF district, that helps us, the schools.
But look at that, if you have any questions, the next, we can move money around a little bit, we just have that lump sum there that it's about the same, just a little more than last year, so we have rearranged a little bit.
Ask for the moon and you get what they give you. That's about it.
So I've not
Okay. Mr. McCormick, do you have anything for us?
13 things, and not one of them asks for money.
We're on the record.
But we were ready to give it out tonight.
Let me get my other list. First off, kind of thank some people for stepping up. We did have popcorn day last week. Mrs. Giddens came in and kind of helped run that, and a few other parents that we solicited to come that had helped before that continued, so we will do our best to continue that once a month. Also, again, thanks to third grade, Mrs. Ravitch in particular, who volunteered third grade, to kind of take over the box tops, at least the collection for the time being. We did secure the ones from last year, sent them in November, and we'll be receiving a check for that whenever, I don't know how long it takes them to process those things. Now, along with those items, we had a discussion at the teachers' meeting last week. We don't want the chili supper to go away. I understand you guys talked about tonight, right here, you know, having a meeting here, having a meeting, getting things started back up again. In my opinion, chili supper planning needs to start now, not after a few meetings.
Okay.
The teachers at this meeting, correct me if I'm wrong on this,
Okay.
but basically said we all as a staff would be willing to do that. We talked about a few ways that we would simplify some things because we don't necessarily have a free day to go out and get all the stuff for all the baskets and all the raffles and all that. But we wanted to keep the chili supper going. The idea was brought in that we could keep that money in-house and use it for some assemblies for our kids. And the teachers were all on board with that. Mrs. Graffis actually emailed me the next day and said she would be willing to kind of spearhead things because she has done several large functions at church and she's done catering as well. So kind of with your consent, we would like to get that rolling so that, you know, we don't get to January and all of a sudden say, where are we at with it? Yeah,
Okay. Do we need to talk about that later?
that's perfectly fine. I can, you
We'll
know,
get back
answer
to
later.
you.
And from chili supper, we go to head lice. A big thank you to Mrs. Reagan and her team of 9 budding nurses who came in and checked our entire school in, I think it was a shade under 2 hours.
Wow.
That was wonderful.
Be careful, I wasn't prepared to catch you.
You're supposed to be alert, but
Temporary.
It was, just the whole procedure was very efficient, it worked very well, and we're very thankful for that, and I've already coerced her in coming back next semester as well, because it
Oh,
does work
that's
well.
great. Good. Thank you, Val.
You're welcome. Students loved it. Oh, and they were very complimentary, our students, and they told Mr.
Our
McCormick.
students were very nice.
Yeah, the students were, I mean,
They
LaSalle
thanked me
students.
for letting them come.
Well,
I'm like, my other choice was doing it, you know?
well, and the students were so pleasant. I mean, all LaSalle students were very polite, gracious. Mr. McCormick was in there and, I mean, just ran them through and, you know, really efficient. And the students were very nice, the LaSalle students and things. So it was very pleasant.
No, we're all doing this
Yeah,
now.
I just started. Obviously, we have a new president. We also had third and fourth grade elections at that same time. Third and fourth grade spent, several weeks, if not months, learning about the whole election process. And we had Representative Mike Eunice came in and talked to them and answered questions just about being elected and what it is to be a government official, I suppose. But they had their own election, and we kind of met on this and talked about what would we elect, and I believe in the end they voted for what their favorite lunch was.
Oh, interesting.
It was very interesting, actually,
And the winner ended up being country fried steak, right?
with mashed potatoes and gravy.
Yes.
But there was gravy?
Yes,
See, there's gravy, yes. It was a slight, narrow victory over pizza.
it was over cheese pizza.
Wow.
Wow. That's surprising.
So we've already really done our lunch survey. On the money aspect, fourth grade applied for and received a grant to go to the Lincoln Museum in Springfield.
Fourth grade is getting all the grants. Didn't they just get that Walmart one too?
That was the kitchen.
Oh, never mind.
That was the kitchen.
Well, good for them.
It includes paying for the buses. It includes admission. And so really, if they sack lunch it, take their own lunch, there's zero cost to the district and to the student. So that's a good deal, and that just happened in the last day or two, so we'll put together our packet and make sure it's all okay, but they've already got a tentative date in March to go to that.
It's wonderful.
Let's see. Thank you to Mrs. Cagle. We got our essays and coloring turned in, and she even made a special trip out to pick them up. We've also got Mrs. Bell working on some singing for around the tree for the lighting of the Christmas tree on the 2nd. And we'll be putting out a little more information to our students as well. Just, it's kind of a family event. It's not a school event, but we want to encourage as many to go as possible.
So thank you for participating.
Sure, absolutely. I had a request from East Peoria High School to have a teacher cadet in the building. And my understanding is they've done this in the past. It is a former student of ours, but I'd have to look up her name. She's currently a senior. She wants to become a teacher. She works part-time at I don't know if it's preschool, daycare, but she wants to shadow kindergarten. And she's a 4.0 student with 0 discipline on her record and a Creve Corps graduate. So, as long as there's no objection to that, we'll invite her to come second semester.
Any objections?
Who will she be shadowing?
We'll probably be,
All the kindergarten or just one teacher?
be one teacher, it'll probably be Miss Staggs. Actually, it's Mrs. Staggs now.
Isn't that kind of what we want, is to have our own kids come back?
That's great. At no cost.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
And my understanding is she'll actually be here every day, but only for a couple hours in the morning. So it's like from 8 to 10, so she'll be here when the kids get here, she'll be here for the unpacking, and I was actually talking with Mrs. Staggs today about, what can she do? I said, well, you know what, she can, help get them organized. I said, she just can't teach. I said, she needs to be with you. I said, but if you're reading a story, she can read the story. Or break into small groups, she can do things like that. So I think it's a win-win situation for
Is
us.
that part of the co-op program down there?
Yes, okay.
Thank you, Catherine.
We've got vision and hearing screening going on tomorrow. Picture retakes on Thursday. You're talking about how busy the month is and next month as well. We've got the canned food drive currently going on. That ends this Friday. Now, big thanks to Miss Patty for the work she's doing there. She set a goal of 1,500 cans, and as of right now, we are at 1,355.
Wow.
And the kids, every morning when I announce this, they get all excited, and then the next day, another 200 cans come in or something like that. So, I think one class had 200 cans today alone, didn't they?
Yeah, it was Mrs. McIndeller, she was funny, she stopped me today and she said, do we get a big prize out of this or something? And I said, no, you get an ice cream party, and she said, this dad is bound and determined that they're gonna win. And they're now at 498 by themselves.
One class has almost 500.
I remember those days, you'd go to the cabinet to get out a can of beans or something, and all the beans were gone. The kids would take them in to do the canned food
My
drive.
grandkids did it, buried my cabinet.
Right.
I've seen a lot of canned food drives. I've been impressed with Patty and the fact that I've never seen a canned food drive check the labels, the dates. You know, we have quite a few that get thrown away each day because they're outdated.
Yeah, and
I'm
I still
amazed.
count them. I had a dad call me and I said, I still count them. It doesn't, the kids bring them in, I count them. If I have to throw them away, I throw them away, but I'll still count them.
Next week continues to be busy, even though it's a short week. On Monday, we have our residents from Morningside coming to visit again, and we've got a special guest I found out.
We do.
Not a resident of Morningside yet. You can tell her I said that.
Got it.
Actually, Kay Aldridge stopped in to visit tonight and was coerced into coming to help out next Monday. So I thought that was wonderful. And I believe we both put in a plug for her to be a sub, but
We're trying really hard.
next Tuesday is our annual feast, which is in the gym. Not much of a feast other than snack mix, but the kids all enjoy getting together and gathering around the long tables that are really paper on the floor. And then also, I'll mention this one more thing. Next Tuesday, I'm going to go out to visit CIRT, Central Illinois Riding Therapy, which is a program I have heard of before. I actually participated in a sporting clay shoot that benefited it, and I really had no idea what it was. But we have one of Susie Carter's ECE students that actually goes and participates in the program, and she does that on Tuesday nights. So next Tuesday I'm going to go out and see her in this, which I'm really kind of excited about because she's a hoot. But whispering about me back there. But Susie told me in years past that CIRT used to have schools sponsor a horse. And 2 years ago, we sponsored the Dolphins. And so I kind of wanted to see if they still did that type of program and whether or not it was something that we could actually do as, maybe as a little spring project. But just kind of look into that. So I'm kind of excited to go see her ride. Because she's about yay tall. And I can't imagine her on a horse that's yay tall, but we'll see how it goes. That's all I have. Do you have any questions for me?
Anybody? Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Mr. Johnson was here earlier, back to Parkview where he is needed. 8th grade recognition night, so
Oh, great.
I think he should be there with the students instead of here. Everyone got his email, I assume, the administrative reports, so.
Can I say a couple things about Steve?
Absolutely.
Veterans Day Assembly, I was very impressed with. You could hear a pin drop in the gym. Teachers did a great job of supervising it. Kids were just really good and interested. Steve had it very organized. Talked about all the different conflicts the U.S. has been in and how many people we've lost in every war. And I never realized we were in so many wars. It really was interesting that veterans were proud. The color guard, the flag guard, whatever they were called, they just did a wonderful job. Our band played, and the band sounded good. So I was very happy with the band. The feast, the Thanksgiving feast, was neat, seeing all those parents coming in. Those kids get really excited about that. think that's about it. Lighting the Christmas tree is gonna be a big thing for mixed school. And, you know, some of the junior high kids too, but I'm sure the kids are looking forward to that. December 2nd, is that right?
Yep, December 2nd.
Friday night. We have an SIP day that day,
What
and get out early, and we're gonna sing that night.
They're doing, free hot chocolate for.
Boy Scouts are gonna serve that.
I think so, yeah, for free hot chocolate, it starts at 6 o'clock for all the kids that are coming to Carol. And then, the lighting of the Christmas tree starts at 6:30, so the topics, the coloring contest and all the essay winners, I guess they're gonna pick out a winner, that's gonna be at 6:30.
Kind of interesting that they're gonna close the main streets off going to that. If I'm sitting here in this school and I wanna drive across, not gonna be able to at 6 o'clock. They're gonna have to come in from, help me out here,
I don't really know about that, but like 29's gonna be open, but for like an hour and a half, they're, like one of the side streets is gonna be closed.
Be South Highland,
Your street.
to get to my street, yeah.
but there's gonna be parking like in the bank. If you come, you can park in the bank, you can park in different places, even at Dollar General. I hope these businesses don't get mad.
For Mrs. Craner's Drive.
Yeah, any three of them.
They assured me today, I asked a teacher, I said, what's the worst thing that could happen at this? They said, well, no one show up. I said, no, it's even worse than that. I said, you know, if we have less, you know, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna tell the kids, that, you know, we have 150 Santa hats, anybody who shows up, you know, first come, first served. So
I think they've worked it out with the state police and Group Corps police, and they've got things that are going to be blocked off. It's a big deal. So we're hoping to have a good participation.
what I was getting at is the worst thing that could happen is one of those kids get in the main highway there. That's my only concern. So I think they're gonna have everything blocked off. And
So it's good.
very good.
They've
It'll
got
be a
it-
nice
They've
day.
got it worked out, so.
Hope everything goes well and doesn't rain and snow.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, 3 feet of snow.
Yeah.
One other thing I'd like to talk about, both buildings came together at Parkview. We heard Bradley Ware start today off speaking. He was with the FBI. Showed a movie, Chasing the Dragon. There was really a lot of tears shed. Talked about drug abuse, heroin, opium, and how hard that is to deal with these days. I think a lot of people very, I don't know, when you say make kind of very emotional, it's very
powerful.
very, very powerful. He will come back. We haven't got it set up when he's going to talk to our kids, but we do want him to talk to our kids. The two people that came in from the co-op, our special ed co-op, they talked about teachers understanding accommodations and modifications. And then the teachers were real happy about that. They were happy to find out more about special ed and accommodations and modifications on IEPs. So, real good. And then-
On that movie, you said you missed it, there's a cleaned up version, shorter version on YouTube, Chasing the Dragon. So if anybody wanted to see that, it's a shorter version, Chasing the Dragon.
That's all I've done.
We're having, yeah, so.
Do we have any committee reports? Building and grounds? Policy, you're gonna wait till after the holidays, I hope?
Yes,
Okay,
but there
thank
is one, for you, the thing.
Is there
We
one?
probably need to adopt, or at least there's a resolution. Chances are we need to adopt that resolution before the start of the year. The law goes in effect January 1 on expenses.
Then we do need
They
to
don't call
do
them
that.
expense reports or anything, but included in that, there's a resolution that the board has to go through and adopt.
Send that to me and we'll put it on the December 15th or 14th, whatever,
Okay.
meeting in December. Okay, technology.
I have some questions. Right after we got the cameras, I mentioned getting some video surveillance signs at Parkview. Do you know if we've got those?
No, I don't
We
think
did, I didn't see them, so. It's also, Steve had in his letter that there's issues with the Wi-Fi over there. We need to get that addressed yesterday. I believe when we purchased that, we purchased an extra Wi-Fi extender that we were just gonna keep on the shelf in case we needed it. Is that ringing any bells with somebody? Okay, good. So they
It
may
was
have
at
to put,
LaSalle, wasn't it?
was it? You might be
I
right.
think so.
You might be right.
I think it was at LaSalle.
It was at LaSalle
Okay.
because of how spread out it is.
Yeah, you might be
See, the old woman remembers.
all right, well, whatever. But we need to
Okay.
look and see what the
We
problem
do.
is
We want
and
to
get
get
it
it
fixed,
Yeah.
because we
Jane.
can't let that go down. Tech room at LaSalle, is that locked now? You know, we had the issue of the missing equipment over the summer or last spring.
As of now, I went in there the other day, was not locked.
Okay, we need to get that locked, and I think, to me, the only people that need the key is Mr. Wendelin and his group, and maybe this office here. Because there's a lot of equipment in there that can be damaged or taken. Also, the monitor for the cameras that's in there
Turn around.
needs to be, absolutely. Oh, and the insurance at Parkview, we need to check and see if there's any discount because of those cameras.
Okay.
Okay.
Just question after question.
Okay. Anybody else have anything?
So the note about the tires, that was actually sent home with the kids? Okay.
I believe it was, Nick,
Did
The
note about
tires.
the tires get
Yes.
sent home?
I think it was sent out with both schools.
Okay. I was supposed to ask them, they were going to supply the paper for that, so do they need, did the village need to reimburse them?
I think we did that. I don't think that's a problem.
Okay.
We're willing to do that.
Okay, because they will reimburse for that paper one, because they were gonna do that. Okay,
So I'm sure we just put it on white paper.
okay, well, next time they'll supply the paper for that. Okay.
When was that? When was the tire? It was
Sat-
just,
This coming
Last
Saturday.
Saturday, wasn't it?
No, it's this coming
This-
Saturday.
This coming Saturday, because we're out of town.
Oh, I see, it was
Right.
last Saturday.
Thank you for doing that, yeah, for doing that. I said to him, you guys need to
I see it's
work
on
on that
mine.
yourselves, I'm not gonna mess with you.
This is their key.
Okay, anyone have anything else? Okay, are there any visitors wishing to address the board? Need a motion for executive session, please?
Make the motion to enter an executive session for student matters, appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, performance evaluation, or dismissal of specific employees of the public body, collective bargaining matters between public body and exclusive representatives of its employees, and review of executive session minutes at 7:10.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Giddens,
Aye.
Cagle,
Aye.
Catherine Reagan,
Aye.
Val Reagan,
Aye.
Tyler,
Aye.
Griner,
Aye.
Bailey.
Aye, motion carried. 10-minute break. Need a motion to resume regular session, please?
Make the motion to resume regular session at
8:57.
8:57.
Second?
Second.
Giddens,
Aye.
Gable. Aye. Catherine Reagan.
Aye.
Val Reagan.
Aye.
Tyler.
Aye.
Griner, aye. Bailey.
Aye, motion carried. In executive session, we did discuss contract and employees. And we need a motion to release executive session,
To approve.
to approve executive session minutes.
Make the motion to accept executive session minutes dated September 27th, October 11th, and October 25th, 2016.
Second.
Roll call.
Giddens,
Aye.
Cagle.
Aye.
Catherine Reagan.
Aye.
Val Reagan.
Aye.
Tyler.
Aye.
Griner, aye. Bailey.
Aye, motion carried. Need a motion regarding resignation.
Make the motion to accept the resignation from Mandy Hartnett with regrets.
Second.
Giddens,
Aye.
Cagle.
Aye.
Catherine Reagan.
Aye.
Val Reagan.
Aye.
Tyler.
Aye.
Griner, aye. Bailey.
Aye, motion carried. Need a motion for employment.
Make the motion to employ Rebecca Kearns as part-time bus driver.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Giddens,
No.
Cagle.
Aye.
Catherine Reagan.
No.
Val Reagan.
Yeah.
Tyler,
Aye.
Griner, aye. Bailey.
Aye, motion carried. Need another motion for employment?
Make a motion to employ Bradford Doug Randall as part-time bus driver.
Second.
Giddens,
Aye.
Cagle,
Aye.
Catherine Reagan,
Aye.
Val Reagan,
Aye.
Tyler,
Aye.
Griner, aye. Bailey.
Aye, motion carried. Need a motion for another resignation?
Make a motion to accept the resignation from Amanda Turpin with regrets.
Second.
Giddens,
Aye.
Cagle,
Aye.
Catherine Reagan,
Aye.
Val Reagan,
Aye.
Tyler,
Aye.
Griner, aye. Bailey.
Aye, motion carried. Need a motion for employment of playground supervisor?
Make a motion to employ Diane Harms as a playground supervisor.
Second.
Giddens,
Aye.
Cagle,
Aye.
Catherine Reagan,
Aye.
Val Reagan,
Aye.
Tyler,
Aye.
Griner, aye. Bailey.
Aye, motion carried. There will be no action taken on case K6. Is there anything else? Now we'll make the motion to adjourn the meeting at 9 o'clock.
Second. Giddens,
Aye.
Cagle,
Aye.
Catherine Reagan,
Aye.
Val Reagan,
Aye.
Tyler,
Aye.
Griner, aye. Bailey.
Aye, motion carried. Meeting adjourned.